Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of After 5 Podcast, the happiest hour of your week. Today we're going to be talking about red flags, and once again, I'm Jam.
I'm Sha Snow.
I'm Sarah, aka Flemmy.
And what is up is your girl Sierra Janelle. So what is on the menu today, Shy?
So we have a special cocktail today. I've never made it before, so my gigs. It's a mojito.
I love mojitos. I'm excited.
What flavor though, Shy?
I'm really excited.
Strawberry.
Yes. Ooh. That's gonna be delicious.
Let's see.
So we're going to talk a little bit about music today. I think all of us really like music. I feel like we all
listen to
are
music
pretty
often.
into music, the latest albums and stuff like that. A song that I've been listening to, that I found myself listening to for like a couple weeks now, like every day, like multiple times, like on repeat, is Voicemail by Khalid and Kiana Lede. Have y'all heard that before?
I have not.
I don't think I have either.
Y'all should listen to it. It's a good song. So what's the song or album even that y'all are interested in, that y'all find yourself going back to a lot, like frequently?
Definitely Drake's newest album for me. I talk about it all the time, and I will challenge anybody who says anything different. Like, people are like, I don't know. No, it's like top 3 for me at the moment. Like, it's up there. It's in my rotation heavy for sure.
So, like, do you, all the songs, like, no skips?
No skips.
Or no skips?
No skips.
Oh, okay.
He did his thing.
We have a Drake fan.
Oh yeah, y'all learned this last episode though. Don't be surprised. I've talked about Drake before. Y'all should know this about me. So yeah, he did his thing. What about you, C?
I would say mine. I've been listening to a lot of Little Durk. Like, I'm in my Apple Music, and it is a lot of Little Durk. And then it's his new song that I just found out about yesterday. It's from this girl named Cleo Soul.
Oh,
I love her. She got some good music.
She's
She
good.
got some
So everybody knows he's
She's good. You have
She
to
got
find
some
her
good
music.
music.
People can't put you hip. You gotta stumble upon it.
Yeah,
And
That's
I
how found
stumbled upon
out.
it yesterday,
That's all I did too.
and this song is called "Don't Let Me Fall," and I've listened to this song probably like 30 times since yesterday. So that's on my playlist right now.
I feel like her voice can put you to sleep. It's so relaxing, like in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, it's boring, but like in a relaxing way.
For some reason, it was also giving me like Diana Ross for some reason. I have no idea why.
Maybe it's like how she sings.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the instrument. I don't know.
It
It's
could be
just
the
giving me
instrument.
like Motown, but like current.
Yeah.
With a
I
little
can see that.
Diana
I can
Ross.
kinda
I don't
see
know
that.
why.
Cause she
but-
has like that new sound, but she got a little soul in her too. The Cleo soul.
Yeah, that's what.
Cheyenne, what about you? What's some songs or an album even that you feel in, that you find yourself going back to?
Drake's. I literally listened to. I've listened to
A
this
woman
album
with
so many
taste.
times. I love Drake. But yeah, I actually listened to his whole album this morning while I was out just running around. Yesterday I listened to it. Like, just I literally put it from the beginning to the end. I really like the intro. I don't know, it's something about that little beat that's going on.
can work out to it,
okay.
too.
I'm like, okay.
That's a good workout album.
Yeah, if you haven't tried that.
I enjoy that album. And a lot of times I just put it on Apple Music and just like either like new music or like depending on like my mood. If I'm kind of feeling chill, I'll put like R&B and I'll get like new artists and stuff like that. That's how I stumbled across Cleo Soul. Is her song just kind of popped up. I'm like, who is this? She sound good. Okay. But yeah, so
I think that's a good way to stumble upon. Even going to like the iTunes app on your phone, if you have an iPhone, and you go into like the iTunes app and you're checking out the charts for like new music on there. I sometimes find new music out from that too.
See, those podcasts for Apple are not bad, but when I try to let Apple make podcasts of my own music, it's always the worst shit that I could have ever heard, like, ever.
Apple be kind of missing it a
They
little bit.
miss.
Really? Like, YouTube is better than Apple Music when
Yeah.
it comes to recommendations of new songs. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you'll be in the mood and then they'll switch it up on you so quick. Like, what just happened?
I also think it depends on the algorithm. I don't listen to YouTube when I listen to music. I usually put it on Apple Music when I'm putting it on for like all my music. Even when I'm at home, I always got Apple Music on. And if I put it on Cheyenne's station, it got really good jams, like stuff I listen to and different things like that. So I really feel like it depends on the algorithm, because it has been times where I'll put it on. One time I put on like hip hop. I don't listen to rap that often, but I did one time. I'm like, what is this? But I don't listen to it that much. But if I put it on R&B stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna find some jams, because that's really all I listen to. So I really think it depends on like the algorithm too. But yeah, YouTube be doing a good job though at just randomly picking up good songs though. You don't even gotta listen to it, and Spotify.
So do y'all use y'all Siri a lot? Like I'll say, I don't want to say it now, but you know, hey, play me something that I like. I think she did pretty spot on with like the music that I'm interested in.
She's very so with me.
Really?
Yeah, she usually is like she'll play something that I've been listening to. So it's like, you didn't even try. Like I just listened to that yesterday, but I do want to hear it. Thank you. So you probably be like, bitch, you listen to the same album for months on end. This is what you want to hear.
I already know.
I already know.
Don't worry about it. But speaking of rap, you say you don't listen to it a lot, but do you notice, I don't know if it's just me getting older, but a lot of rap songs like literally like hurt my brain to listen to. I'm like, I don't know, I feel like
the vibe is different.
It's just like, what is this? What is this? Like, what are you saying?
I feel the same way.
And I hate to say that because it makes me seem old, but it's like, one day we went to Deluxe, and I'm like, this is not the crowd for me. I think this is the young people's crowd, because the songs, I don't know any songs. Everybody doing these goddamn TikTok dances. I'm like, I like TikTok.
It's funny you mentioned TikTok, because I think musicians and artists are making music for TikTok now. Because you'll hear a song, and the song will be very fire for like 15 seconds, and that's the best 15 seconds of the whole song. And the rest is just them saying the same thing like over and over again, except this dog ass hook. If you'll be doing the TikTok dance, it's like whatever they be doing.
The little hip. Can y'all do the little hip?
I'll be practicing.
That's my favorite.
I think that's. I don't know. I think that might be the only thing that I can do, because I can't dance like in general.
How do y'all feel about guys doing it?
Guys doing the hip thing?
Yeah.
It would bother. I don't think it would bother me. But like if I was out with a guy, he just started busting out and like dances. I don't know. That would be crazy. That's similar to your man doing the splits while y'all out.
No, it's not, bro.
You do TikTok.
Do not do the splits, bro.
You do the splits. That's something different. That's wild.
That's a little overboard.
You are a
Sarah.
wild boy. You are a wild boy. You are a wild boy. I wish you fucking would.
How did you know that you could do that? Like, have you been practicing? Did you do gymnastics and I didn't know?
So listen to this, y'all. He's a 10, but he does TikTok dances.
Okay, I'd say maybe like a 7. Like, it depends on the TikTok dance.
It depends on the dance.
Yeah.
Like, if you could do a little arm, okay, you know, but like stuff like the splits, I don't know. Like,
not the hip thing. Don't do the hip thing.
But not the hip thing.
Not the hip thing.
I like it. Like, big niggas doing that.
I can't do the hip thing. So it would just be like me watching him like, oh, okay, you're really fucking with this shit.
You're teaching me now.
Yeah, like, okay. Maybe if we in private and we teaching each other dances, now that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really do TikTok dances out. So it's
like
not like a deal breaker for me. Mm-hmm. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
Okay, so I have...
Ooh, our mojitos are ready. They're so cute.
They are. They
and
I
was just about to say, that mint has been like taking over the room. It smells so good in here.
It smells
very aromatic. I wish y'all could smell through the audio.
I gotta make another one.
Yes, it's
and
then
vibes.
Can you tell us what's in this, or you wanna?
Yeah. So you got I didn't add the strawberry.
Oh no! Can you?
But I can.
Strawberry?
I can do it in the next batch I'm about to make. But I wanted y'all to taste it without it first, because that's a traditional mojito.
Mm-hmm.
The strawberry is just gonna add a little something more. I tasted it and I got my thoughts.
You want us to taste it now, or are we gonna taste it together?
Ooh.
It smells so good. You tasted it? Now I want to taste it, because I love mojitos.
I did think a little sippy.
Oh, this is good.
I like how it's like kind of.
It's refreshing.
Oh, it's refreshing, but then it has like a little spice to it, kind of almost.
You did your thing. This is like a really good mojito. No, for real, because places do not do really good mojitos.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good mojito that's not watered down.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you still want it to be like you said, refreshing, but not like it's giving water or you put too much spark. Like you just need a little splash on top. That's all you need.
I was nervous I put too much mint because mint can be like very overpowering.
It is. You did perfect.
Smelled it. I'm like, yikes. Okay, that's why I tasted before I gave it to you. I'm like,
it's
I'm
really
not
good.
about to.
Thank
I'm
you.
not about to.
No, this is amazing. Okay, how about this one, y'all? He's a 10, but he's always on the phone while y'all out together.
0.
A 2.
2.
0. I went on a date. This has nothing to do with being on the phone, but this Negro was
Not me,
Negro.
You know he fucked up because she said Negro.
Okay, so this man, I'll say he is over the age of 35. I'll say that, right? So you would think he has
Hell
some
no, you old as hell. How old is he?
That ain't that bad, actually.
How
Over 35 is
old
not
is
that
he?
bad.
Honestly, 35,
No.
32.
Look, okay, wait, we gotta pause though because she said he's over 35. She don't want to tell us exactly how old.
He's
No,
probably
we gotta
38.
know.
Okay.
We gotta
He's
know.
probably 38 or 39.
He was 38.
Yep.
He was 38. So you would think he had some type of,
Brain.
yeah. When I tell you this is the worst day of my whole entire life. We went to a spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had a great time. It was people sitting. We was at the bar. It was people sitting next to us. He's like talking. The game was on, so he was talking briefly to the guy next to us about the game. Blah. I'm like, it's a little weird. It's our first date, but I can understand like the game on.
Mm-hmm.
You see a dude, y'all talking. Cool.
Y'all vibing a little bit. Okay.
Right. So okay. He buys him shots. I'm like, that's a little
Did
weird.
he buy one, like to take one with you too?
Yeah, I was involved, but it's still a little weird. It's our first date,
Okay.
So we go to the second spot, and he like disappears, right? And I'm like, where did this man go, right? And he over there with like 3 other girls, like conversating, laughing, taking shots, buying drinks. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why?
Nah,
He's like, well,
nutty.
I like to entertain people. I just like to see people happy. I'm like, but you're on a date.
I know the episode is about red flags, but
That's a red flag?
That's one for me.
And
That's a
he
red
was
flag.
like,
That's a major
and
red
then he
flag.
kept trying to argue with me as if I'm wrong. I'm like, no, we're on a first date, and that might be your personality, cool. But on a first date, like,
Shouldn't you want to talk to me?
That's
crazy.
That was the worst date, and I ended up leaving actually.
Oh, I've never had a day where I just got up and left.
I've
never done that.
Wow. I think I would want to do that too. 'Cause that's crazy.
I didn't even. It was funny because I parked my car at the first stop, so I'm like, dang.
Did you Uber to your car?
That's a whole nother story. How I got back to my car, but
Okay.
I got back home though, so
Well, that's all that matters.
yeah. But yeah. That's a 0. You give other people attention or whatever you do on the first day. I understand if it's an emergency or something like that. Cool. No problem. If you have kids, you gotta answer for your child. Cool. But sitting here talking on the phone, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. And that's become whether it's a first date or not, that's something that I'm gonna have to communicate with you. That's something that I don't like. That is a pet peeve of mine, that you're constantly on your phone, whether you texting, you looking stuff up, or you physically calling people. It's like,
yeah, it's like you're always getting into, like, you're not even paying attention to me. Like, something else has your attention, and I'm here with you. Like, we should be spending quality time, but it's not quality if you're distracted the whole time.
Right.
yeah,
Very much agree.
Yeah.
Very much agree.
and red flag.
It's a red flag, 0 out of 10, all of that.
That's for you.
Okay. Somehow.
Can I get strawberry on mine though?
Yes.
Can you just like?
It's good. What's in it? Are you going to tell the podcast?
I love strawberry.
Something about your journey?
Oh, well, guys, Cheyenne made me an alternative drink. For 30 days, I told myself that I am not drinking or on Instagram, so.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. I'm going to do that
good.
myself.
I encourage everybody to do that at some point in their lives.
I just want to see if I can do it. It's not like for any spiritual reason or anything like that. I just want to try it because I was watching an interview with what's his name, French Montana, and he was talking about when they fast. What do you call that? Ramadan. Yes. And he was saying, like, if I set a goal for myself and I'm not able to do it, then that means I'm addicted to it, and I'm not addicted to anything. So I'm like, that's a good, like, thought to have. Yeah. So I'm like, let me just see if I can do it. And I'm like, July, nothing really going on, so I should be able to do it, you know. So here we are. But it's still good. It's still good. The only time that it be like, is when I go out. It's like,
I touched it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, I could use a drink. Or when I'm at home bored, I'm like, I could use a glass of wine right now. But
that makes sense. I typically only drink in social settings, so I think I could do it. But going out would be like a very big tester for me. I probably would stay home a lot of nights.
Not anymore, but I've been saving money. And with a drink like this, I might not have to drink because this is good.
Some places do mocktails, like cute drinks that are like set up like a cocktail. They're complex, but they have no liquor.
Yeah, it's basically just the mixers without the alcohol. So. But yeah, happy you like it.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, the mojito is hidden.
Excelente.
Does this really have both rum and gin?
No.
Oh, thank God.
It was just for presentation.
For those listening who don't see, we didn't know what we were gonna drink when we came in here, but all we saw was a big bottle of gin. Oh yeah. So Jameer actually picked our drink, y'all. But we didn't know what it was. I just saw a big bottle of rum and a big bottle of gin. And Cheyenne like, y'all gonna see what y'all gonna drink. I'm thinking she about to get us blasted. But a mojito? I can do a mojito.
Mojito is always the drink to go. But what we are going to do right now is to play a game. So, again, if you are not watching, we have both a red flag and a green flag.
And they so fun.
And I am going to read scenarios, and you guys are going to tell me if this is a green flag or a red flag. Green means go, red means hell no. We're not fucking with it for real.
I like this.
All right. So, the first thing is he goes all day without talking to you, and that could be text and or phone. And we're talking about majority. Like, this is.
Are we talking about in a relationship or
like,
dating?
We're dating. He's pursuing. He's interested. He says he's interested, anyways.
And he doesn't hit me up at all.
Can I say why though?
Sure. Of course, we're going to explain.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what mine is yet.
So I'm gonna go with green because I'm at the age where I don't expect you to call or text me every day or call or text me all day. And if we're to the point where we are actually like hanging out, like we see each other often, we see each other in person and stuff like that, then I don't expect you to talk to me all day, every day. There was a point where I was like that, trust me, and that was probably last year sometime, not too long ago. But I feel like I'm at a point now where it's like, if you don't check in, I can understand. I'm also grown to be understanding. So, I don't think that's a red flag for me. Now, if you go multiple days without checking in or, hey, how you doing? What's been going on? Or I haven't even seen you, then yeah, that's an issue. But if you go a day without calling or texting me, I'm not like, I'm done with him. That's not.
People can be busy.
I can be busy. I can be busy too. But I will also say, sorry, was I cutting you off?
No.
So I'm like on the fence about it because when we're just dating, like even if you're pursuing me, I don't think a day is bad. Because truthfully, if we're not exclusive, you could be fucking with another bitch. And I can't expect you to text me all day and you want an all day date with somebody. I try to not be in people's business to know who they're dating and courting while they're outside of me. But if it is multiple days you're pursuing me, I do think that's a red flag. Now, if we're in a relationship, though, I definitely think that you should at least check in once a day. Like, we're in a relationship. It's not like you're pursuing me. We're in a committed, like, we're committed to each other. Like, you don't want to at least see how my day was? And maybe if you don't care to check on me all day, because I know niggas who will talk to their friends every single day. And then, like, I'll hear from them, like, every other day. And it's like, you don't like me like that. And that's okay. Maybe we just not meant to work. But I do think that that could be an indication of maybe that's not the person, at least for me. I know some people may think that that's high maintenance, that that's asking for a lot. But for me, if we in a relationship, I think that's, like, the minimum you could do. And if you can't really talk like that, something as simple as a voice message, hey, I'm super busy, I'm going to be away from my thing, just let me know. But people be bad texters. Even myself. I'm a horrible texter. But when I'm interested or if it's something that I'm putting effort in, I will text back in a timely fashion.
I'm gonna try.
So,
At least try.
I'm gonna at least try. But if I can't do it, I'll either feel really bad or I'll like try to like do something to say, because like people be busy, but people are also human at the end of the day. You can't just like ignore a whole person for a whole day just because like you're busy. Like I get it, but it's just a thing of like effort for me. People make time for what they are interested in making time for.
Absolutely. We'll post about that. Absolutely true.
I do once a quarter at least make a post about that.
You literally make time for what you want. I'm going to put both up as well. In a relationship, there's no doubt that we need to talk every day, and I don't need a 10, 15, 20-minute conversation, but text, I'm alive, I'm doing okay, I made it to where I said I was going. I don't think that's really too much to discuss when you're in a relationship. But the only exception is sometimes when you're out of town. Like if you with all your family, all your friends, I can see, because when I get out of town, I'm not on my phone like that. But at the end of the night, I do be like, I haven't talked to you all day, or I probably talked to you at the very beginning of the day. I've been busy all day. I'm made it back to my hotel. I'm safe. We good, you know, and that probably won't be on the phone. There'll probably be like a text message. So actually, that's not an exception. But I was say, what you gonna say?
I was gonna ask a question to y'all before we move on to the red flag. Or do we have more that we want to get to?
I do have more red flags or scenarios, I guess.
We could wait. It's not. It's just something that's happened to me. Well, I just asked because I done brought it up.
Okay, go ahead.
So what if y'all are talking every day, or let's say he doesn't talk to you for a day, but he like responds to your story, or he watches your story, and if you say like, you never hit me up all day, he'd be like, yeah, I sent a laughing emoji to your story. I seen what you did today. You post your whole day, quote unquote. Because I've had guys tell me that, like, I saw you post today, so I know what you did. Why do I gotta hit you up?
I think that's understandable, because I kind of think that logic too, even though that's really still not acceptable. And that's kind of one part of why I deleted my Instagram, because I think people get to know you or check up on you via social media, because I do post a lot. But you think that's us kind of communicating in a slight way, even though it's not. Like, yes, I'm posting, but that doesn't mean that maybe my mindset is not good and I still want to talk to you or something like that. Like, I feel like people use the internet as a way to check up on people or to see what they doing, or I don't have to ask what you're doing because I can see it, you know, which is half my fault, you know. But this is exactly one of the reasons why I deleted my Instagram, because I want you to contact me. I don't want to do via social media. I don't want you to think you know me via social media, because my social media is a joke, honestly. Like, half of the stuff I really think is not really on the internet. So I don't think the internet is a sufficient way of communication.
I agree.
Some people do though.
Some people do.
Some people do. Some people do. So what do you say for that topic?
What?
I don't talk to you all day. Red flag, green flag.
Oh, I'm in like the middle. Like it really just depends. Like if it's a day, like okay, I can get over that. But if it's multiple days in a row, it's just like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Especially if I text you last.
You don't like me like that.
Yeah, especially like, you know, I don't know. I think it really just depends. But if we in a relationship, like you my guy, like I can't. I expect to hear from you at least once throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like I can't. If it's a whole day you went by, you ain't say nothing to me, not what you doing, hey, what's going on, whatever, like, why? Nothing.
And I don't think that's coming from a controlling standpoint. It's just like,
what you doing? What was so important?
Yeah. Okay, so next scenario. Speaking of communication, this is kind of like the opposite end of the spectrum. You never see any type of notifications come up on his phone. He's never on the phone. Like, you never hear him communicate with anybody. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
These are good questions because I feel two ways about both. But I'm going to raise my red flag higher. Only because I have dealt with some sneaky ass niggas.
I'm doing red flag. I'm waving.
That's an interesting question. I don't know if I have any. I don't know if I.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Okay, so I was saying on the opposite end of the spectrum, you never see any notifications pop up on his phone. You never really hear him on the phone with anybody. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
If I'm being honest, I don't have one because I don't check phones.
Yeah. No, it's not checking phone. You just never notice.
Like, you never see him pick his phone up?
I don't pay attention.
I'm being honest.
I feel the same way. I don't understand the question.
I mean, I understand the questions, but I don't pay attention to like
I never seen this man talk to his mama on the phone. That's not weird to you?
His mama?
Like when you were
I never personally seen you pick up a phone and talk to somebody. Like, you don't have friends.
I get what you're saying,
on?
because imagine you spent a lot of time with somebody and you done spent like a couple days with this nigga and nobody has texted him or called them. Like, but like I'm
happy you're not on your phone.
Right? You know, I get that, but I also, maybe it's just my like past, but I have dealt with guys who are sneaky to the point where like they turn their phone on do not disturb. They make.
If we in a relationship and you never talking to somebody when we around, then that's a problem.
Weird, yeah.
But if we just dating and hanging out and stuff, I would expect you not to be on your phone because we don't see each other that often. We don't talk to each other that often. So when we together, I expect your 100% attention. But if we in a relationship, I know I'm gonna have your attention whenever I need it, but it's like I don't know how to explain it. If we're in a relationship, I expect to kind of hear you talk to your mama, your cousin, your friends, and stuff like that.
But what if you don't?
Then that's a problem.
That's
a red flag. If you're in a relationship,
if you're in a relationship and you've never seen him speak to anyone on the phone ever, then that's an issue. But if you're just dating and he's giving you his full attention and you don't see him on his phone, I don't think that's an issue.
How about this? Because I think this is where we're getting caught up, at least for me. Let's define dating. Are we all single?
Yes.
So how about we just speak in terms of like dating right now?
And dating, I keep thinking on dates, correct?
Yes, because I keep thinking like, well, when I'm in a relationship, because if I say like me and this guy are dating, sometimes I think like we're in a relationship. But I'm just talking about dating casually.
Well, dating casually, no. I'm talking about we're in our talking phase. Like, we like each other. We spend a lot
exclusively
of time
on the phone.
No, not exclusively. I mean, it's getting to that point. It's getting to that point. Basically exclusive, but not really exclusive because we never had that conversation. But we're dating, and you still allowed to do what you want to do. I'm still allowed to do.
Because it's not a title, but we basically
but technically,
together.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that's a red flag. Not for me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
because I don't know.
I don't know. Red flag that's odd to me. Okay, so next, red flag, green flag. He does not have a contact pic for you or any emojis next to it.
That's a funny one. Yeah, I don't care about that either. That's funny.
I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't put emojis by people's names. I don't do that.
I don't do that either.
So.
But I ain't gonna hold y'all. I have fucked with a nigga and we was fucking with each other heavy, and he did not have emojis by my name. But I saw like after we was done fucking with each other, someone hit him up and they had emojis by his fucking name.
Why they get emojis? I don't get emojis.
I don't get emojis. It's just Sarah. And y'all like I have a white ass plain ass name. Like,
not the full names, not the whole name too.
Sarah Amber, like what the fuck? I don't mean nothing to you. I could be your boss when I call. Like I can't get a heart.
Next scenario, he has a girl best friend.
I don't think that's a red flag. Okay.
The only reason, and I don't even think it's anything like sexual going on, any chemistry going on or something like that, but I've been in situations where the person that I'm with has a girl best friend, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say she's single, but y'all like brothers and sisters or whatever, and she called because she's in need of something, right? Mm-hmm. Which is, I guess, is okay, but it's like,
but at that point,
that's not her nigga. Yeah, like, I know that I come first, but she don't have a dad, she don't have a brother, like, why is she calling you?
What if she don't? No, for real, what if she don't?
That's what
I get what you're saying,
I don't like just instances like that. Like, it's not even I don't like it, it just will make you, or you having inside jokes or something because y'all been knowing each other for a long time and I'm the new bitch here, you feel me? And it's like, what's so funny? And it's not even that I'm like, I don't like this bitch, but it's like,
I can see how that could become a red flag. Because if you have a girl best friend and I've never met her, you never like let us cross paths. It's always you with your girl best friend and then you with me. I can see that being weird.
Or like, you don't even want us to talk, like, you don't, like, no, y'all don't need to be friends.
If
like,
that's doing that, that's a red flag.
If you're doing that, then it's
red. That's a red flag. I have a guy best friend. I know of all his girlfriends that we have like a very respectable relationship. Like, and even when he is in a relationship, like, I respect that relationship. I don't normally call. He's like not say the last person I call, but like you said, I know he got a girlfriend. She probably not gonna like that type of thing. Just kind of have a matter of respect. I hang out with them when they together, like. If you ain't never hung out with this girl, you ain't never met her, and y'all in a relationship, that's a red flag to me.
That's a red
now,
flag.
if you just, that's my best friend, you ain't gotta meet her, you ain't gotta talk to her.
That's
For
the
what?
issue.
What you mean I ain't gotta talk to her? If that's your best friend, that's my best friend too.
Yeah. I've never been in a situation where it was like anything weird with a girl best friend, so I'm green. That'd be fine.
Okay. So I have two more. The next one is he has baby wipes on the back of the toilet. Is that an indication that a bitch lived there? A red flag, green flag?
I think at some point he learned to use wipes when he like shit. So whether that's from a woman,
hilarious.
whether a woman told you that or not, I don't care. But I'm happy. You
learned that from whoever taught you.
Thank you, girl. Thanks, girl. I'm not mad at that. But I get what you're saying.
That shit is silly.
If he got like girly conditioner in this like bathroom or like feminine products, then I'm gonna be like,
Like, what's going on here? Feminine products, yeah.
Not like
Bath and Body Works, like Bath and Body Works. If you see some Bath and Body Works in a guy's bathroom, what you think?
If it's just like the hand soap, then whatever, because that could be like his mom.
Yeah, I could feel like
or
your mom
something
could have bought that for you.
But if it's
what if he bought it? What if you know for a fact he bought it?
I don't think I would be upset about that. Because it's like the wife.
It's like you went into Bath and Body Works to get hand soap when they sell it at Target and Walmart and CVS.
What's wrong with
He could have been at the mall.
They got a men's section. That shit kind of smell good. I like going over there.
And he could have just been at the mall. I don't think it's and Bath and Body Works be having dog ass deals on the soap. I ain't gonna hold you. Should be like buy 3 get 7 free. Like that's 3 free things of soap.
Interesting.
But other stuff like certain, like if you got Olaplex in your bathroom,
Yeah, because that shit's expensive. Okay,
Olaplex.
You know,
told you about that?
you're not playing around with Olaplex.
Why you got this?
Why you need that?
Okay, the last one is going to be he has no social media. Is that a red flag or a green flag?
How old is he?
He's our age. Well, he's over a certain age.
He has a Snapchat. He has
He got a Snapchat, and that's where he is finding all his bitches at.
Everybody says Snapchat is low-key the hotspot.
Snapchat is the shit.
Like
Well, not for me, but that's where people be on that
That's what I
shit.
hear. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
He has something.
No, he said he doesn't have absolutely nothing. You can't find him. You can't even find him on LinkedIn. Like he has no
not
social
even
media.
LinkedIn?
Not even LinkedIn.
Do he? What does he do?
No ask, no question.
I don't got no social media. But I mean, so I will say this. I have met guys who don't have social media because they say social media gets them in trouble. But I feel like maybe it's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag because you're just doing the shit just not on social media. Like you're hiding it.
Yeah.
But there are some people who just don't be on social media. So they have a page and they just don't use it and they're not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I could kind of see that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know multiple guys who they don't have social media. Like they've deleted their page and they're off of it because of like temptation and things like that. And I understand limiting the temptation, but in my head sometimes it's like, oh, are you just like, is that just how you are? Because you still see temptation in real life.
Yeah.
So what's really the difference with social media?
Mm-hmm. And you think it would be easier because you can just, it's a person you don't know.
Yeah.
Or even it is, you don't have to do anything. You can just look.
Could mute them, you can unfollow them. You could just look. Like, why do you have to feel like you do something if you see it?
Yeah, and what are you doing beyond that you feel like you, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah.
Red flag. All right, well, that is it for today's game. Thanks for
That
participating.
That was really fun. This drink was really, really good, Cheyenne.
I got more.
I know. I saw you making it. I got so excited.
Don't drink it yet.
What is the gin for?
If you wanted something with gin instead of rum.
Can I have ice in here?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do what I just thought. I had a bad thought. The devil on my shoulder was like, just add some gin at the top.
Add a little bit on top.
Yeah.
Razzle dazzle gin. But that
So
is
we
gin
talked
and
a
rum.
little bit about red flags. What are some green flags? Like when it comes to guys, I would say. What are some green flags?
I think green. I think a green flag for me, it comes most often when like you and a guy been kind of talking for a minute, y'all not necessarily in a relationship, but y'all near that point, and something happens, and y'all have to have a conversation, and he handles the conversation well, like y'all have a good, like, you can ask questions, he can ask questions, and y'all can really talk it out like adults, and then nothing is weird afterwards, and nobody feels offended, and you can have a good conversation about a situation and move forward and grow from it. That's a green flag for me. Because, wow, okay, communication.
Yeah. Communication is a big one for me, too.
Yeah.
I think a green flag for me, or just to see or to witness it, is like how your relationship is with your mom. I think I'm not talking about a mama's boy. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about that y'all have a respectable relationship and you treat your mom like with the utmost respect. I think that is an indication of how you view women, how you treat women, and what you think of women.
And other people too, not even just your mom. Like the other people around you, the things you say about other people, how you talk about other people. I think that's important too. Yeah, for me,
definitely.
I don't like guys who like call women bitches.
That's
like,
a red
and not
flag.
just me. Like you don't call me a bitch, but you call a random girl on the street a bitch. I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Communication and how you treat other people is definitely some green flags for me.
What about you, Shad?
I mean, I don't want to be repetitive, but I think communication is a huge
Communication is key. It's fun for relationships.
And communication and comprehension at the same time.
Listening,
like, understanding what I'm saying, and kind of like also being able to communicate.
Today, Junior.
Communicate.
Sound it out.
You got it. But yeah, being able to communicate, like, you know, what it is that you're trying to say, or, you know, what the problem is, if it's a problem, rather than either, like, you know, ghosting or just kind of like letting it be.
Yeah.
That's a huge green flag for me.
Yes.
Another green flag I want to is somebody who smells good.
Yes. That's a good one.
That make me look at you a little different.
Uh-huh.
Like, if
Really?
you always smell good.
Yeah.
And like cologne, like, or like fresh, like you got some good cologne on,
Whatever
or like
it
you just
is.
smell
You
like.
just smell
Sometimes
like
like
you
you
smell
the person
good.
get out the shower and they smell like a Dove bar, like that's really attractive. Or like if we out and about and I can still smell you, like, or you walk past, like, okay. So let's say it's a guy right here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's handsome, right? And then you know that whiff that you get from people when they walk past, and you smell good.
Yeah. Let me go talk to you.
I might say something.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would say that's a green flag.
Hey, good weed is a green flag. I'm not gonna hold you. Good weed is a green flag. You hate the smell of weed?
I hate the smell of weed.
It has never been a problem for me. Even before I smoked, weed smell, the weed smell mixed with the cologne is always
Really? I hate that.
I like
The
it.
cologne covering up
that.
the weed smell, but you can still smell it underneath. I can see that.
Only if it's good weed.
in
Only
a
if it's
guy's
good.
car. I don't even smoke, but I don't mind it. I don't mind the smell.
I like you smell fresh. Like your clothes just came out of the laundry. You just came out of the shower. Not cologne. A nice cologne.
Yeah, because it can't be
No.
Axe. It can't be.
And good quality cologne.
And you can't overspray it. Like, there are some guys that I've known, and they would spray their cologne, but they would spray it everywhere. You know, cologne is already very, like, a powerful scent. So it's like, damn, like, I'm being choked out right now by the smell in the room. Like, it smells good, but I can't breathe at this point, so it's a problem.
The right amount of cologne.
It gotta be the right amount. It gotta be the right amount.
Okay.
I got. Oh.
Can I speak, please?
Yes, you can speak.
Dang. So I got a question. So we talk about red flags, and if somebody has a red flag, are you cutting them off immediately, or it depends on what the red flag is?
Definitely depends for me.
Okay.
Depends. Are we level 3 red? Are we level 1?
Level 2.
It depends.
Level 2, you're out of here.
Because it could also just be a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some stuff is correctable. Like, we can correct it. We can talk with it.
Does it depend on when you notice the red flag, or is it like, because you know how you can meet somebody and they like, okay, yeah, no, but it's like if you've known them for a minute, you be like, okay, maybe I'll give it a minute to, you know, we can. I feel like that
depends on the time, honestly, because it depends on the red flag. Because if it's one of my non-negotiables, I think it's best for me to just cut it off right then and there if we cannot correct it. But then you also have the, damn, I like this nigga. We done already, hey, but it also depends on the red flag. Like, if I see, like, anger issues or, like, any type of abusiveness, I'm out of here. You ain't got to show me that too many times. Like, you show me one time, I'm good on that.
If you call a woman a bitch on the first date, and if you call a woman a bitch on the 20th date, that's still, like... Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Well, 20th is... Okay, maybe she was a bitch. Maybe she was a bitch. Okay.
You call it 3 times. But, yeah, I think it depends on what it is. And if it's something that you cannot negotiate, like it's a non-negotiable for you, I think it's best to just get it out the way and just be like, yeah, this is something I can't deal with for real.
What are some of those red flags for y'all? Like the thing that you're like, okay, early on, you shown this red flag, you're done, you cut. I guess I can start with mine. So, I was on a date with this one guy, and he, like, we were having a decent conversation. Like, it wasn't the best conversation, but it was cool. But he mentioned his ex-girlfriend. Mind you, this is the first date. He mentioned his ex-girlfriend, like, 4 or 5 times. He just kept finding ways to insert her in the conversation. Like, me and my ex did this. Oh, my ex is like this. Yada, yada, yada. And the first time he said it, he was like, oh, don't worry. We've been broken up for a year. But it's like, sir, she's still in your mind.
Yeah,
like,
y'all still in love. Just say that.
Just say that. And, that's okay. But, like, figure out what y'all got going on. Like, y'all might rekindle something. But you thinking about her while you're on a date with me. Yeah. And that's enough of a red flag. Like, it ain't the worst thing you could do in the world as a person. But I'm not really interested in entertaining any more dates. Like, you kind of blew it with that.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think a red flag that I have is, okay, I went on this date one time and we went to get pizza and the whole conversation was literally, it was our first time, like our first date literally was him like, oh, we have kids, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get married and then do this, and then it was always, I'm like, huh? He was showing me the house he was getting built and was like, yeah, we're gonna, I'm like, what? I'm so confused, like, and I'm just like, okay, because the date was going okay from, like, the beginning, then when we actually got to the restaurant to sit down and talk about it, I'm just like, yeah, no. He was a little on the cheap side, but had, like, good heart. And it's just like, he was being cheap, but he didn't have to be cheap, and I didn't understand what it was.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag, too.
I'm like, it was just, I'm just like, it was just too much. I'm just like, you cheat, and then you also scaring me right now. So, it was
scaring
just,
the hoes.
But, so, I get that. But you do understand, too, that we also do that. We just do it in our heads. Like, we obviously don't go to the first date telling our date that, but we think, like, I know me personally, I'm thinking, like, I can't wait.
But you would never see it.
I would never say
it. And that's the key, Jamera.
We literally got into an argument because he's like, not an argument, but it was like us going back. I'm like, why am I arguing with you, going back and forth with you on our first date? Like, it should be fun.
Yeah.
Why am I debating you on our first date? Like, it really should be fun.
Why are we talking about having kids on our first?
Why are we talking about politics and just standing? Can we go?
At that point, you just don't have social skills. Like, you don't know what's normal to bring up and what's not. I had a similar situation like that too.
Politics on the first date. Politics anytime really.
He like, yeah, our kids ain't gonna live here. They not gonna visit here. I'm like, sir, we not having kids. What are you talking about?
I had a guy start sending me dogs after our first date. Like, which one are we about to adopt? I think we should name him this. Do you like this one? Do you like that one? Like, we're about to get a dog together. And we're going to take on all these trips. And it's like, we went on a first date. And it was okay, it was cool. But, like, don't like me too much. Or like you said,
it's scary.
don't say it. Like, if you got it in your head, keep it there until we at a level where it makes sense for us to talk about a dog. But that's a big deal. I would never get a dog with somebody that I only had one date with.
Like
we ain't even in a relationship. Why would we get a dog? And I'm not about to play about that either. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be cute, but that's a really weird way to flirt.
So that's one of my red flags. Not wanting kids. Like, if you don't
I would
want
say that's
kids,
a red flag for me too.
I don't think we could continue dating because I want more kids. And we kind of talked about that a little bit separately, but I would have like 6 kids.
I would too.
I want a bunch of kids.
I would do 5.
So if you tell me you don't want kids, that's a red flag for me.
And that makes sense. Because why continue? Ooh. I'm going to say something and I'll ask y'all a question. But I get what you're saying, because why continue to talk to somebody if you know that long term, like if I really, really want kids, then it's probably not going to work, especially if we're dating on that level. Now, I know y'all talk about the term, or y'all heard about the term date to marry. Do y'all think y'all do that? Because I'm going back and forth with myself, like, am I dating to marry? Should I be dating to marry? What does that even mean?
I didn't. Okay. So I've been out of relationship almost a year. Like the first couple months, I didn't because I'm like, I should do, you know. But now, especially since I turned 27, I'm like, I want to date. Is that the same as dating with intention?
I don't know.
I don't know about dating to marry, but I definitely.
No, I was gonna say I do that. I date with intention. I don't date to marry per se, but I'm not dating you aimlessly just because, like, we not just having fun. Like, this isn't a fling. Like you said, when I was first saying, it was like, okay, we doing whatever. But now I'm like, I don't want to waste my time with that. We can have fun, but it don't have to be dating.
And especially because in, I guess, the city that we live in, it's only maybe 4 or 5 hubs that you can go to. One would be downtown, I guess, Ferndale, Royal Oak area, maybe Livernois area. Maybe it's only a couple of hubs. Maybe Novi, maybe a little hub. And I don't want to just keep going
to the same spot.
The same places.
And I've also learned to, like, prioritize my personal time so much more than, like, time on dates and stuff. Like, I don't have to just date anybody if there's no intention with furthering a relationship with that person. I can just go out by myself or go out with my friends or go out with family or, like, there are more people to go out with. So I think for me, like you said, I'm dating more with intention. But some people are like, I'm dating because I know I want to get married. So if you don't have the trace of my husband, we're done.
I can see that. I don't see any cons with that, I guess. But I guess me personally, I wouldn't be able to get married right now, like where I'm at right now. But definitely dating with more intentions than I did in the last previous months. I would say right now, definitely. Like if there's nothing, there's no, especially like basic qualities that you may not possess, then it's there's no point, you know.
I get that.
I don't even want to talk. I don't want to text. I don't want us to follow each other. I don't want you to like. I'm just kidding. But it's no point. It's no point.
That makes sense.
So, what are some red flags that you've been told about yourself? Like some red flags that.
I don't want to answer this question.
I have no red flags.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
That's a Jamaican talking.
Yeah, you see that's okay. I think my red flag is I'm very nonchalant.
It's not that you're a Gemini?
No.
I think that's definitely it. Because I'm the same.
I'm very nonchalant, and it's hard to read me if I don't explicitly say. And I feel like people like, you should know that, right? And they're like, no, I can't read your mind. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
In my mind?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's the same for me too.
You better learn. You better Google it. YouTube.
I think my red flag for me is sometimes, and I wouldn't say that this is a red flag that has been pointed out to me, but I guess it's something that I've noticed about myself, is when it comes to guys, like sometimes I'll know that a guy is doing something that I don't like, and instead of talking to him about it, if I'm kind of on the fence with the guy, I'm just like, it's whatever. I'm just not going to talk to him. I'm going to ignore his text. And I never really tell him what it is. Right. And he could fix it. But I only really do that if it's somebody that I'm seriously dating or in a relationship with. But, I mean, there have probably been, like, multiple guys that I could have, like, messed with, or, like, good situations that I couldn't have developed because I'm just like, no. I don't want to invest time into this.
What about you, Cheyenne?
I've been told my communication is not the best of times. How I communicate stuff. I don't know. I think it's really just like my communication. I've been trying to work on that. Rather, that's like me kind of expressing my feelings and how I'm feeling about something without spazzing. Because sometimes I would just go from 0 to 100 real quick and just like, relax, bro. Tell me what's wrong and maybe we can figure that out before you start just going off. So that's one red flag that I've been told. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I think another one for me that I've been kind of working on is similar with communication. When I do feel some type of way about a guy and I want to tell him about it, sometimes I don't want to bring it up because I may think, oh, I'm tripping. Mm-hmm. So instead of bringing it up, I'll just have an attitude because I can't help it. My feelings are hurt. Yeah. But I don't want to bring it up because it might be stupid. So, and I have had like a guy tell me like, well, just say it because you have an attitude, so I know something's wrong. Yeah. But I'd be like, but it's dumb, and I don't want to have a conversation about it and you changing stuff when really it's me tripping. Yeah. I just have an attitude. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I feel like I do that too.
I think as women, I don't know. I know a lot of women who do that.
Because you don't want to seem like, oh, I nag you about every little thing, but it might be a thing that you don't even realize that something really, really bothers you, and then you wait to the absolute last moment, and now I'm really about to be a bitch because you've been irritating me for a year.
Yeah,
but I never said nothing.
I'm about to kill you. It's bottled up. It's bottled up. So mine was that I wasn't, a couple years ago, a red flag that I was told about was that I wasn't affectionate, and at the time it was true, and that kind of ties into the fact that I can also be nonchalant. And that's just I either care a lot or I don't care at all, and it's really not anything in between. So I think that was an issue back in like a couple years ago. I wasn't affectionate, and maybe that could have been because I really wasn't into you, or maybe I was bored. That's another thing. I get bored easily. So, but I'm working on that too. I feel like now I'm a little more affectionate. But the nonchalant it's kind of like I say, I either care or I don't. But I think I show when I care. So,
do y'all think people with so many red flags can change over time?
Too many,
just like wild red flags. Like, what's y'all worst red flag, and do you think somebody could change with that red flag? Like, I think you can go ahead.
Oh, I just think, because even like people say like cheating may be a red flag. I definitely think it's a red flag, but I think that's also something that's correctable. But something as the only thing I think I really just, and I'm sure there's other, but the only thing that comes to me right now is any type of abusive behavior. That's something that I don't play with. I don't want to see no signs of it. I cannot deal with it. I cannot overlook it. I cannot turn a blind eye to it. That's something. Don't do that shit with me. I tell you that. Do not do that shit with me. No. I always say I'm not gonna end up on the fucking news because you don't know how to control your emotions. So any sign of that,
temper, not being able to control your temper. That's a good.
Nope, not me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's something that can change over time, but I don't think I need to be around you while you're trying to figure that out. I think that's some personal work that you should do outside of a relationship, especially if it's been like, if it's come up between the two of us. Like, oh, we having a regular conversation, and now you're getting aggressive and you yelling at me in my face. No.
Yeah.
But a red flag, like, being on the phone too much, or even cheating is correctable. But if there are multiple red flags, like if you're cheating, you're lying, like you're doing all this extra shit, I don't know if that could change, because that might be just your integrity as a person. Like, you just may not have the same type of, you just may not have that as a person. And that's more than just like a change over time. You have to want to change. And at this age now, like, we almost 30. Is that something that you want to change? Is that just your life?
Right. So. What about you, Cheyenne?
Do you remember the question?
I mean, y'all said I don't want to keep repeating the same thing. Like,
well, I got
behavior is, I think that's I'm gonna say the one and only, but that's one thing that I know for sure. Like, you put your hands on me,
you're done.
It's a problem. For sure.
And I got cousins, you're done.
So I got cousins, brothers, like, nah. But that's totally like a non-negotiable. And like you said, Sarah, like, that's something you need to work on outside of a relationship. You don't need to be in a relationship. You need to go to therapy. And rather that's you abusive on your vices, such as when you're drinking or something like that. I don't even care if you're drinking and you get abusive and that's the only time. All right, so like, you don't need no alcohol ever in life, because if that's what brings out your anger, you don't need that. And then just, or in general, like, you need help and you need to seek that help.
Yeah.
And I don't need to be around while you're seeking that help. I don't want no problem.
I'm not putting myself in that way.
No, ma'am.
Well, I got a new question, and we can start with you. What is the wildest red flag that you have overlooked? So you knew in the beginning, like, this probably a red flag, and you still fucked with him. It don't have to be nothing crazy, but the wildest one for you.
I don't know. Let's see. Wildest red flag.
I could talk about one of mine that it was just a wild red flag, and I overlooked it, and it didn't end up being like a crazy thing, but I was just like, I can't believe that I'm still fucking with this nigga. But just like, he fucked with a lot of people that you know, like not people that you cool with, but just people that you know of, and it's like, damn, you got a lot of bodies everywhere. Like, it's I guess that's something like I used to think it was a big deal, and I overlooked, and I still think it's like, I don't know, because more so like on an STD tip, like he was safe and stuff, but I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It did end up being some weird stuff coming up with some people that he used to mess with, and like they was hitting me up, so it did kind of like spiral a little bit, but that was probably the wildest, or one of the wildest things that I overlooked.
I think too with that that topic is I feel like guys put a lot of, I guess, standards on us when it comes to that, like body count. But I really judge a guy on how many people, one, that I know, especially been with. It's just like, ooh, I don't think I just, one is, it may be a little bit too close for comfort, or it'd be like, her? Oh, Like, we don't, you know.
Like, you fuck anybody.
Yeah, like if you do that, you can't like be around me.
Right.
Like, you know, so I think girls should judge guys on the type, the caliber, and I don't even want you to know that me. I don't want you to know nobody that I know. I don't want you to talk to nobody. I want you to have one girlfriend in the past.
You know people, you know other women,
right?
Yeah. Oh, I will say another one. This is embarrassing. I can't believe I'm about to say this on the podcast. But I think a red flag for me was I was dating a guy that allowed me to pay for everything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like
That's
he
mine.
was like,
That's mine too.
Yeah, like I can't believe that I was with a guy, like he didn't have a car, I was driving him everywhere. Like if we would go out, I would typically pay, or like he wouldn't pay all the time, but it's like I drove there because you don't have a car, nor do you drive. You are not putting gas in my car. You'll pump it, but you would ask me for my car. Or, I paid a nigga phone bill before.
Trickin' if you got it, trickin' if you got it, trickin' if you got it, what you ask?
Mind you, I was in high school, so this is just.
You was rich.
What? You had money? I was working at McDonald's. I was working at McDonald's, and they was working me to the bone, so I had overtime on my check. So he'd be like, "Oh, can you pay my bill? My phone bill is only $60."
Mama?
Girl, he had some crazy stuff with his relationship with his mom, which again, like you said, see, red flag. But I mean, I was young as hell, but it's still like I can't believe that I did that. I bought him shoes, like it was just.
A first date,
that was
allowing
my
me
man.
to pay for everything on
He
the first
cheated.
date is a wild red flag for sure. Like you won't get a second date if you
Yes.
me, if I have to reach in my wallet and pay for every single thing that we're doing on this
I
first
promise
date.
you I'm paying for my bill anyway. I'm not paying for you.
I promise you will never hear me from me again.
And I don't care if it's a test. You know how niggas nowadays like test you and all. Don't test me.
Who do you
don't
think
do
you
that.
are trying to test
Don't
me?
do that.
And we don't mind paying, right, ladies? We don't mind paying for
No,
a date.
I don't mind paying.
taking y'all out on dates, y'all.
No, I'm not paying
And
on
I'm
the
not
first
paying
date.
on the second or third one either. But if I like you enough, I'll plan the fourth one and I'll pay.
We do not mind paying, fellas.
I don't mind paying,
After the fourth date, I like you. Like we go together. So at that point, I don't mind paying. I'll pay whatever.
I think it's also a red flag. I think it's a red flag if a guy expects you to pay the second date. Because sometimes I might pay the second date. Like, oh, this was so fun the first day. Like, let me just like show you a little bit. Like, yeah, I got money too. I could give us a good time. I got money. Like, I'll spend it.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, you just like you didn't even try to pay. Like, you just waited for me to pull out my wallet. Like,
Yeah. Or I would say maybe, okay, I said 4, maybe 3 if I know the first two was like expensive or you went out of your way for it, like I'm like, okay, I want to, like you said, I got a little coin too, you know. But I won't say fourth. I'll say third. I'll do the third.
Third not bad.
I'll do third.
Third not bad.
Yeah, there's the magic number.
All right, y'all. Where can they find us, y'all? On socials.
After 5 Podcast, period. We are on Instagram and Twitter, AFTER5, spell it out, podcast. That's our Twitter handle as well. Y'all got any businesses that y'all want to shout out? Any brands?
You can follow me on Instagram, Shasnoe, SNOE. And that's on Instagram and Twitter, but on Twitter it's _. And then you can follow Custom Pours as well. That's my bartending business. I bartend private events, weddings, parties, birthday parties, anything you can think of, I will bartend it.
I have no businesses to specifically shout out, but shout out to all the black businesses. I just see an increase of it. I see the increase of quality and an increase of, I guess, options nowadays. So yeah, I don't have anything specific, but shout out to y'all.
Period. I'll shout out my photography business, flemmy.jpg, freelance photographer, and my Instagram is @flemmy, and my photography is flemmy.jpg.
And I don't have any businesses to shout out either, but my Instagram is
Somebody's
my
supposed
first
to
name, JAMARIAAA on Instagram. And thank you.
All right, everybody, we talked about our red flags. Let us know in the comments what some of your red flags are.
And with that being said, I think this episode is a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys next time.